Good morning. I'm late because my my laptop finally died. I worked and worked to get it going. I have this one. Then I had to work and work to figure out how to work this one. So I'm sorry, but I think I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about aging again this morning. Um, I'm just so excited because I didn't know for a good year that I had, well, I would say 6 months that I had valley fever. All I know is that for the first time in my life, I was in bed and sleeping all day and I had no energy. I wasn't spending much time with family or anything. And so, and I've told this story before, but if you haven't tuned in before, um, I went to the doctor for my yearly January checkup, which I just did again, and this was last year. And she accidentally found out that I had a growth in my lung with the test that she took. She wasn't looking for anything in the lungs. She said I had a hernia, but that's not important. You've got to. I accidentally happened to look at a small part of this. Um, has a little bit of your lung and it shows a growth, and it's either cancer or valley fever, either of which could be fatal. So forget the hernia and take care of this. Well, then I made an appointment. That was February when I nowadays it takes forever to get anything back. Anyhow, it was clear March till I saw a pulmonologist, and then he wanted to take tests. So that was April when I got in there, and then he had me come in. Well, it was April and May that I saw his nurse practitioner, and she took another test because she's not sure. So in June, she tells me finally it is valley fever, but it's drying up. And that's because as soon as I heard I had something in the lungs in January, I told her, well, if you're not going to give me anything, I'm going to use my essential oils, which I did. And then the same thing with the doctor and the same thing with the nurse practitioner. Each time I saw them and they didn't really diagnose me and didn't give me any medication, I said, well, I'm using my oils. And they said, okay. So by June, she says, you do definitely have valley fever, but it's drying up. I says, good, then I'll just keep using my oils. And she said, okay. Now, I have an appointment set up with her in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to get a recheck, of course, and I'll keep you tuned as to what happens. But again, 10 years ago when I first moved here, I had a woman that I met, and actually in AA, she was my sponsor. I asked her to be my sponsor, and she had valley fever. And at that time, they didn't even have one med. I think now they only have one. Anyway, it's not much for valley fever. And her doctor, so when she met me, I said, well, let's try the oils. I said, I never even heard of valley fever before I moved here. So, and so we looked up oils and that doTERRA had, because we were both in doTERRA. And she took those oils, and it was several months when the doctor, 3 months at least, I think, when her doctor, and she was seeing him every month for a while. And she did get healed. And he told her that it was the oils. He said, I had nothing to give you. No way I could help you. By the way, I am in a different room than normal because I haven't put this laptop back where my workstation is, which is in my bedroom. But I'm going to do this here, at least for today. This is the living room kitchen setup here. But so that's two of us that were healed from valley fever, and she's older. I think she's a couple of years older than me. Isn't it wonderful to keep on living because you use essential oils? Yippee! I mean, I'm just thrilled. Now, My teeth, it's going to take another good month. I see them again in 2 weeks. Saw them last night. So everything takes so long, you know. But the oils, I'm telling you, I'm 100% in favor of them, and they really help with aging, all the aging things. We have oils that'll help with energy. We have oils that'll help with pain and arthritis. More than one. I mean, if one doesn't work, you get another. Or sometimes, like when I found out I had growth in my lungs and I didn't know if it was cancer or valley fever, I put in all the oils that doTERRA had that will help with cancer and valley fever. And I did it every day on my lungs. And then now I'm still doing it every day because I still live in a sandy place and I'm outside a lot. But because of that, instead of laying in bed all day now, and then that was June. So now this is December, would have made it another 6 months, and January, 7 more months since I found out. At any rate, all I know is that I no longer lay in bed and sleep, because I also take orange oils for energy, for pain. I don't have a lot of pain, but I do have arthritis, and I do massage, and so I have one man that I see 3 times a week for over a year, and that's a nice little income. It doesn't make me rich, but it's a nice little income that I can count on. 2 months out of the year, 1 month in the winter and 1 month in the summer, he goes out of town, and but still 10 months out of the year I can count on a pretty decent steady income because I have my own business with oils, with dog coaching, dog sitting, um, helping dogs with their behavior problems, their health problems, their emotional problems, and people, but none of that's steady, and it's not big because I really haven't tried to grow the business until now. Now I'm living in a place that costs me more than it used to cost, and of course I feel good. So I'm starting to try to build up my business with the oils and the dog sitting and walking, and of course healing, because I'm a dog aromatherapist, animal aromatherapist. So I can be called on. I'm less expensive than a vet, and the oils are less expensive than medicine, whether it's a person or an animal. If you have health insurance, then that's different. But if you don't, we're less expensive. But I have oils that are helping me with my memory, and I also exercise. I have brain exercises. If you want to know more, you can call me or text me or something. Uh, I've always slept good all my life, but if you have problems sleeping, we have oils. We even have oils for incontinence. So I sold. It was a combination of oils that I sold to somebody several years ago, and he was definitely helped. And then I sold to another somebody that wasn't. So, but it's worth a chance. So what I do with the incontinence is, if because it's not going to work in one day. It's just like I didn't put the oils on my chest and be healed of valley fever in one day, but you don't get healed when you take medication either in one day. So if it's a flu, if it's a virus, it'll take 2 weeks. If it's something more serious, it'll take a lot longer. So, but it does work. And there's things that we can do. Oh, I know what, peppermint is good for a bunch of things like memory, energy, and it's not very expensive. You only use a drop at a time. It just it's just so wonderful to me that as I get older, I don't have to lay in bed, and I don't have to be sick because oils heal. I'm just real, real grateful. I do have a little arthritis, but anytime I feel a little bit of pain coming on, I just put on my oils and go. And I'm just real excited about it. It gives us energy. There's oils for pain. And peppermint helps with a number of these issues. It's not that expensive. I think I'm taking, also we have oils to detox. And then, of course, there's other things that we can do besides oils. like walking. If you walk even twice a day with your dog for 20 minutes or with your spouse or by yourself, wouldn't matter, uh, you will feel better. Now, that's not enough to help with much weight loss, but you will feel better. And if you take supplements, what else are some of the other things? Oh, do things you like. Get up. Now, at our age, we want to rest a little bit. I don't want to be busy 24 and 7, but I don't want to lay in bed and be like an old lady either. Isn't it more fun to pretend we're young even if we're not? I'm just so excited about my life. I can't even tell you. Now, this morning I was going to do a rock painting class here where I live. They've got all kinds of activities, but I couldn't figure out how to do this. What do we call it? Laptop. So I didn't go, but I mean, I can do all kinds of things. Oh, we had a family reunion over the weekend. I'm telling you, I never had so much fun in my life. People came. There's 8 of us live here. 8 of us came from out of state. I just never had so much fun in my life, I'm telling you. And here, for quite a while, I couldn't stay up past about 6 o'clock if I went to my son's. I'd go home by 5 or 6. And in between, I was falling asleep on the couch, but I didn't do that this weekend. And I'm just having a really good time. I'm starting to walk again, and I'm living. I'm living because of oils, really. Well, that one doctor saved my life because she wasn't looking for anything in my lungs. There was only a small part of the lung show, and she saved my life. And I'm very grateful when I sent her a note. She's moved because she had a baby, and she moved to back to California with her family. But the doctor that I saw last week said that everybody was talking about this in the place. Everybody, because that was an accident. She wasn't looking. It was such a small part of the lung. She just happened to notice. And here I am. I'm not laying in bed. And again, I'm excited about life. Real excited. And I want you to be excited. So either call me 480-798-4740 or text me. It's 480-798-4740 or look up my website, and I'm going to write it below here. I'll write my number and the website. So you have a good day, and I hope I'm not this late again. Give me a call or a text. Thanks.